Okay, so imagine this. You're learning something new, and an AI tutor is right there with you every step of the way. Or maybe you're
Am I writing him?
working with AI to write like a children's book or something.
That's right.
That's generative AI, and it's already making waves in education. You've sent us a whole bunch of stuff on this, articles, research papers, even some of your own teaching notes.
Yeah.
It's fascinating stuff. So let's dive deep into all of it and figure out just how AI is changing how we learn.
I think it's amazing how quickly this technology is really changing things, and what we're seeing is just the beginning. It's making us rethink how we learn, how we teach, and even what knowledge really means.
Yeah. You know what really blew my mind? There was a 2024 survey, and it found that 82% of college students, 82%, have already used AI for learning.
Wow.
And that's practically the same as teachers who came in at 66%.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about just like simple stuff here. We're hearing stories like the one about Anthony Gonzalez. He's a student at Cerritos Community College, and he used Pearson's AI study tools for his Gen Chem class.
Right.
And he said it helped him feel much more prepared for everything, basically.
That's really interesting because it makes you wonder, right? Is AI going from being just a tool to actually being like a learning partner?
Yeah.
Think about it. Fair State University in Michigan, they're already letting AI enroll in some of their courses.
Wow.
So what happens when AI is getting degrees alongside humans?
That's wild, right? I mean, it's like AI is joining the class, not just, helping from the sidelines,
Yeah.
but like with anything this powerful, generative AI has two sides to it, or a double-edged sword, as some people say.
Absolutely. On the one hand, AI can really personalize learning. It can adjust to how you learn, give you feedback that's just for you, translate languages right away, and even help teachers plan better lessons.
Right, right. And then there's Dr. Bonk, and he has this Brave People option in his syllabus.
Yeah.
Students can literally use AI to write reports for them.
That is brave.
Yeah.
It definitely makes you think about the ethics of it all. Who really owns the work? Are we losing something important if we rely too much on AI?
Yeah, those are big questions. I think finding that sweet spot is key, right? I mean, we can't ignore AI,
Right.
but we can't let it, completely take over how we learn either.
Dr. Bong's point, and I totally agree with this, is that AI should be making us smarter, not replacing us.
Yeah.
It can be this super helpful partner if we use it wisely.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've heard a lot of general advice about AI in education, like be transparent and have open dialogues, but how can we actually get specific about it? How can we use AI to help people learn better without, forgetting all those ethical concerns we talked about?
I think about learning a new language. Imagine if you used AI to create pictures that show specific cultural things, and then students could, have a discussion about whether those pictures are actually representative of that culture.
Oh, yeah.
It can make language learning more interesting and relatable.
That's a great point. It's not just about memorizing words anymore. It's about understanding the culture behind the language.
Exactly. And what about critical thinking? We could use AI to write like a bad essay. The one that's full of mistakes, and then have the students have to find all the mistakes and make the essay better.
Mm.
It would be like a fun way for them to improve their analytical skills.
That's really smart. It's almost like using AI's weaknesses to make us stronger.
Right. And for those who are really into history, imagine if students could interview AI versions of famous historical figures.
Oh, wow.
Or even make like visual representations of themselves in different time periods.
They could even work with AI to write, really immersive historical stories. History class just got like a whole lot more exciting.
Exactly. And all these examples, they show how AI can push us to think differently about teaching and learning. It can create experiences that are more personalized, more engaging, and more relevant.
So the role of the learner is definitely changing in a big way. What does all this mean for you, the listener, wherever you are in your learning journey?
It's becoming less and less about memorizing facts. The future belongs to those who can think critically, solve problems, be creative, and be what we call AI literate.
AI literacy, yeah, that's a term we're hearing more and more. So what does that actually mean?
It's not just about knowing how to use the AI tools. It's about understanding how they work, what they're good at, and what they're not so good at. It's about using them ethically and effectively. That's where the real learning happens.
It feels like we're at the very beginning of this whole AI thing in education. What are some resources you would recommend for someone who wants to learn more about this?
I think a great starting point is the AI Pedagogy Project at Harvard University.
Okay.
They have a huge collection of assignments and resources specifically designed to help educators use AI responsibly in their teaching, and it's really helpful for anyone who wants to explore this further.
Perfect. And you know what? This brings up another big question. If AI can learn, what can we learn from it? That's where things get even more interesting. And we'll explore that in part 2 of this deep dive.
Welcome back to our deep dive into generative AI and education.
We've talked a lot about how AI could really change education for the better. But what if we flip things around?
Yeah.
If AI can learn, what can we humans learn from it?
That is a question that really gets you thinking, isn't it?
It really is. It's like looking in a mirror almost,
Right.
and seeing ourselves reflected in the things that AI can do. It's pretty mind-blowing.
It really is. When we watch AI learn, it's almost like seeing our own thinking processes, but sped up. It's all broken down into, algorithms and data. So by studying how AI learns, we can actually get a better understanding of how we learn.
So it's like hitting fast forward on human learning. Like we can see patterns and processes that might normally take us years to figure out.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Take personalized learning, for example, right? AI is amazing at adapting to different learning styles and needs. It can offer, custom-made content and feedback. And this reminds us that there is no one-size-fits-all approach to education.
Right.
Every learner is unique with their own strengths and weaknesses and ways of learning.
So AI is kind of showing us the importance of recognizing and respecting different learning styles in the classroom.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And AI's ability to handle tons of data also gives us some pretty cool insights. It can spot patterns and trends that we might miss, helping us understand how students learn best.
It's like having a data-savvy assistant who's like, hey, look at this. This is how students are actually engaging with the material.
Exactly. And by analyzing this data, we can improve our teaching methods, design better learning experiences, and create more effective ways to assess what students have actually learned.
It's about working with AI, not against it, to create a personalized and data-driven approach to education.
Yeah. Now let's talk about AI's ability to create things like stories, poems, scripts, and even music. It really challenges our traditional ideas about creativity and makes us rethink what it means to be creative in a world where machines can also make art.
It's almost like AI is saying, hey, creativity isn't just for humans anymore. We can be creative too. So does that make human creativity less important?
Not at all. In fact, I think it enhances it. AI can be a great tool for inspiration and collaboration. It can help us get out of those creative ruts, explore new ideas, and even create things with machines.
It's like having an AI brainstorming buddy almost, like bouncing ideas off each other and pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Exactly. And this collaboration can lead to some pretty unexpected results, pushing us to think differently about our own creative process and what we can create.
This all sounds amazing, but I can't help but wonder what the downsides.
Sure.
People worry about AI taking over jobs, making humans obsolete. Is there a valid fear that AI could replace teachers altogether?
I understand the concern, but I believe those fears are unfounded. While AI can automate certain tasks, it can never replace the human element in education.
Right.
Teaching is about more than just delivering information. It's about inspiring, mentoring, building relationships, encouraging critical thinking, and nurturing emotional intelligence. These are all qualities that are uniquely human.
It's about that human connection, that moment when, a teacher sees a student struggling and knows exactly how to help them understand.
Exactly. And that kind of empathy, that ability to connect on a human level is something AI simply can't replicate.
So the future of education isn't about AI versus humans.
Right.
It's about humans and AI working together.
Precisely. It's about leveraging the strengths of both, creating a partnership that benefits everyone.
And that brings us back to AI literacy. You mentioned it earlier, but what does it actually mean to be AI literate?
Being AI literate means more than just knowing how to use AI tools. It means understanding how they work, their limitations, and their potential impact on on society. It means being able to think critically about AI, question its assumptions, and use it ethically and responsibly.
So it's like uh, being a responsible citizen in the age of AI, knowing how to navigate this new world and contribute to its development in a positive way.
Precisely. It's about empowering individuals to use AI for good, to create a future where technology enhances human potential rather than diminishes it.
This all connects to a bigger conversation about the future of work and the skills that will be, most valuable.
Absolutely. As AI continues to evolve, we're going to see a shift in the job market. Routine tasks will become more automated, which means that uniquely human skills will be more valuable than ever.
Things like critical thinking, creativity, problem solving, communication, collaboration, emotional intelligence.
Exactly. Those are the skills that machines can't replicate. Those are the skills that will set humans apart in the age of AI.
And those are the skills that education needs to focus on developing.
Absolutely. We need to move beyond, rote memorization and standardized testing. We need to encourage a love of learning, a thirst for knowledge, and a willingness to embrace new challenges and adapt to a rapidly changing world.
It's about preparing students for a future that we can't even fully imagine yet.
Precisely, and that's where the real excitement lies. The future is full of possibilities, and AI is just one piece of the puzzle. The key is to approach it with curiosity, critical thinking, and a commitment to using technology to create a better world for everyone.
This deep dive has been incredibly insightful. We've explored the potential of AI to change education, the challenges we need to address, and the skills we need to thrive in this new world. But we've only just scratched the surface.
That's right. There's so much more to uncover.
What are some specific examples of how AI is being used in classrooms today, and what does this mean for the future of education? We'll explore those questions in part 3 of this deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground, thinking about the big picture of AI in education, the benefits, the challenges, what skills we need to, succeed in this new world. But let's get down to brass tacks, like what's happening in classrooms right now.
Right.
Can you give us some real world examples of how AI is actually being used to help students learn?
I think what's fascinating is the variety of ways we're seeing it used. Everything from personalized tutoring systems to tools that help students become better writers.
Right.
It's it's not a one size fits all situation, which makes it all the more exciting.
I love examples. Can you kind of paint a picture for our listeners of what an AI powered classroom might look like?
Okay, so let's start with personalized learning. Imagine a platform like Conmigo, which was developed by Khan Academy. It acts as a sort of AI tutor, providing students with customized support, guiding them through difficult concepts, and even giving them personalized feedback on their work.
So it's like having a personal tutor available, like 24/7, who understands each student's individual, needs.
Exactly, and it goes beyond just delivering information. Conmigo can actually, have a conversation with students using something called Socratic dialogue.
Okay.
It asks them thought-provoking questions to help them deepen their understanding.
So instead of just giving answers, AI is encouraging students to think critically and actually participate in their learning.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And it's not limited to individual learning. AI can also help with, collaborative learning experiences. For instance, imagine a classroom where students are working together to write a children's book using AI-powered tools. We saw this in a project described in 101 creative ideas for using AI in education. The AI can help them brainstorm ideas, generate text, and even create illustrations.
That sounds really fun and engaging. It's teaching them valuable skills like collaboration, creativity, storytelling, all while using this cutting edge technology.
You got it. And let's not forget about assessment.
Yep.
Traditional methods like multiple choice tests are becoming less relevant in the age of AI. We're seeing a shift toward more authentic assessments where students have to apply their knowledge and skills in real world situations.
So it's moving away from just memorizing facts and towards showing understanding and problem solving skills.
That's the idea. And AI can be a great tool for this shift. It can help create more interactive and engaging assessments. For example, imagine a history class where students are using AI to create virtual museum exhibits,
Wow.
or interactive timelines that showcase their understanding of historical events.
That's a great way to make learning, more hands-on and relevant. It's not just about reading a textbook, but actively creating something that, demonstrates their understanding.
Speaking of hands-on learning, let's not overlook the potential of AI in STEM fields.
Right.
Picture a science lab where students are using AI-powered microscopes to analyze specimens,
Hmm.
or a coding class where they're using AI to develop algorithms and solve a real-world problem.
It sounds like AI is opening up a whole new world of possibilities for, students to explore and discover things that were previously out of reach.
Yeah, and it's not just about uh, using AI tools. It's also about understanding how they work.
Mm.
There's a growing emphasis on AI literacy, teaching students the basics of AI so they can be informed citizens in a world that's increasingly shaped by this technology.
So it's about empowering students to not just be users of AI, but also, creators and innovators.
Exactly, and we're seeing this happening in classrooms worldwide. Universities like Harvard, MIT, and Stanford are offering courses on AI ethics, AI design, AI applications. There's this growing recognition that understanding AI is crucial for success in the 21st century.
This is all very exciting, but I'm sure some listeners are thinking, okay, but what about the challenges?
Right.
This all sounds great, but there must be some downsides.
Of course there are. One of the biggest is making sure everyone has equal access. AI tools can be expensive, and not all schools, have the resources to provide them to every student.
That's a really important point. I mean, we need to make sure that AI doesn't widen the gap between students who have access to these resources and those who don't.
I agree. We need to push for policies and funding that make AI accessible to all students,
Hmm.
regardless of their background or their socioeconomic status.
Another challenge I see is teacher training.
Right.
How do we prepare teachers to use AI effectively in their classrooms?
That's a critical piece of the puzzle. We
Yeah.
need to give teachers the training and support they need to feel comfortable and confident using AI tools. We also need to create a culture of experimentation and collaboration where teachers feel encouraged to try new things and share their experiences with each other.
It seems like the shift toward AI in education is going to require, a big change, not just introducing, a few new tools.
You're absolutely right. It's about rethinking our curriculum, our teaching methods, how we assess students, and even our vision for what education should be in the age of AI.
This is a lot to think about, but it's also incredibly inspiring. It feels like we're on the verge of a major transformation.
I couldn't agree more. The future of education is, brimming with potential, and AI is a powerful catalyst for change. It's up to us to use it wisely, ethically, and creatively to create a learning experience that's more equitable, more engaging, and more empowering for everyone.
This deep dive has been an amazing journey. We've explored how AI could revolutionize education, the challenges we face, and the skills we need to succeed in this new world.
And remember, this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
AI is evolving rapidly, and its impact on education will continue to unfold in ways we can only imagine.
So, our listeners, we encourage you to, stay curious, stay involved, stay informed, explore the resources we've talked about, experiment with AI tools, and join the conversation about how we can shape the future of learning in this exciting age of AI. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into AI in education.